So when it comes down to the Arizona Cardinals, they were a team I feel like they shouldn't have made their pick. They should have traded back and get some more draft capital because they were a team that had a lot of holes and they needed to fill a lot of positions. But they realistically still took Kyler Murray and did all these things that I feel like was really wrong. But the way these draft videos are going to work, basically, I'm going to give you a guy that I feel like was their best pick, or a guy that I feel like was their worst pick, and then a guy that I like that they made a selection on. With that being said, let's start this off. So the best pick that I feel like the Arizona Cardinals made was Byron Murphy. We know for a fact that the Arizona Cardinals has been looking for a number 2 corner since Pat P got into the league. Getting Byron Murphy solidifies that second position. Not saying that he's going to automatically get the position, but he's a guy that I feel like deserves it. I don't think there's anyone else on their roster that is going to compete with him at that number 2 position. And then again, he might end up sliding into nickel, and they might end up putting somebody else on the number 2 spot. I'm not sure, but I really feel like Byron Murphy was the best guy for this selection because, if anything, worst case scenario, he's the number 2, and he gives Pat P a running mate, and now Pat P numbers might go up just because they have somebody else just as dangerous on the opposite side. Now, the most obvious worst pick that they made was Kyler Murray, in my opinion. Being that Cliff Kingsbury felt like he needed Kyler Murray just to coach in the NFL is not a good move. That means you copped out. That means you ran away. That means that you're not as good of a coach as they think you are in Arizona. Because I feel like if you're a good coach and you're that guy, you stay with what was there. And I'm not saying it wasn't like Josh Rosen was like a 5-6 year vet that we had like ample tape on and just had a lot of tape on, and that people knew that he just wasn't that good. No, this was Josh Rosen from 1 year with a banged up offensive line and a coach that got fired within his first year. And it was a defensive minded coach on top of that. But you look at Sean McVay when he goes to Los Angeles, he has Jared Goff. Jared Goff, 1 year guy. It was not even 1 year, it was like half a season. And Jared Goff was kind of almost written off as a bust, you know. But this new, I guess you should say, trend, you know, get a young quarterback, get an offensive minded head coach. And so, if you're Cliff Kingsbury, in my opinion, I think you kind of copped out. I think you took the easy way out. I think you said that the only way I'm going to be able to score points on Sunday is if I have Kyler Murray under center. And it's like, no, you could do that. Like, you can coach up Josh Rosen, show how good you really are, show that you actually deserve this position. I just think he copped out. Kyler Murray as a player, I feel like the talent is there, but eventually I feel like the league always catches up to some kind of offense. It doesn't matter if it's spread, doesn't matter if it's the option, it doesn't matter what it is. The league will catch up. Too many people get paid to figure out how to stop you. And so when it's all said and done at the end of the day, I feel like Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury might end up sinking before they even get a chance to swim. Now, the pick that they made that I liked the most was Hakeem Butler. This was kind of easy for me. He's a big receiver who can body people, who can get up there and get the 50-50 balls. Plus, he was getting coached up by Calvin Johnson through this whole entire process, who was one of my favorite receivers, who was one of the best receivers of all time. And so for him to actually have the ability to get coached by Calvin Johnson through this process, maybe still stay in contact with him, get a little bit more coaching, and then you think about now he's on a roster with Larry Fitzgerald, another amazing and great receiver. So now if Larry Fitzgerald can tell him how to become a clean route runner, how to, play a little bit better with his size and things like that, I think Hakeem Butler has an opportunity to be a successful receiver just because of who he has in his corner. Now it comes down to the way that Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray, how they're going to play and how the coaching is going to happen. But realistically, I feel like Hakeem Butler just gives you that ability to get those 50-50 balls inside the 20. And that's really important in this league, in my opinion. So with all that being said, I feel like they deserve a C. When it comes down to it, they helped themselves in a lot of areas, which I'm surprised that they did because you could tell they made an emphasis on trying to surround Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray with the right pieces to be successful offensively. But defensively, they made a lot of good moves and a lot of smart moves. Byron Murphy being the biggest one and the biggest plus. But I feel like they were like right there. Like I feel like we trade back from the Kyler Murray pick, you could get some more pick and some more capital, and then possibly build a better team with still having Rosen at quarterback and probably building your offensive line a little bit better. Things like that. So overall, I just feel like they deserved to see when it came down to it. So that's all I have for the Arizona Cardinals grade video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did I grade them fairly? Did I grade them too low, too high? What do you think? Put all your comments in the comment section below. And if you're not a footballologist yet, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel today and become a footballologist. Stay safe, football fans.